Robbie Groover, we deployed together. We're good friends. He had just moved back from New Jersey, and we went to visit him because they just lived down the road from us. And he was telling me about his new job, what he was doing. I think for about 6 to 9 months after that, yeah, he asked me to come, just give him a hand and do some contract work, assisting in making products like our keychains, things like that. Maybe figure out some ways to help the clients or the people we serve better and more successfully build the products, and in more of a timely fashion. Like he said before, everything we have to do is kind of custom, so we have to either make it ourselves or modify what we have, for the clients or maybe even for ourselves, because the materials we work with, unless we're people who make parachutes, which we are not, we're doing something that really probably nobody else is doing. I am now the manager of social enterprise. Really, it's a warehouse manager. And anything that has to do with shipping, shows, getting products out to people in a timely manner, and trying to keep up the stock of our products, because there are very few of us that work here, and we have very little assistance. We've done some big shows like the VFW, the National VFW Convention, American Legion Convention, and we try to reach out and see all different types of people. Veteran events, we've gone to motorcycle events, we go to craft shows, we go, our large one every year over in Tampa is the Holiday Gift Market, put on by the Tampa Bay, I believe it's a women's society, don't quote me on that, but a professional women's group. So they put that show on, and we go there and do that it's right around Veterans Day every year. So, and then coming up with new products. We as a whole team kind of do that, but we all have our own little flair to it. So, that gives a little bit of a difference to each type of thing we bring to the table. And then, whatever else I do, I assist the seamstress and whatever else she needs. As the years go on, it changes a little bit, but I think the overall mission is still the same as it was when I started here, and that it is, in a broad spectrum for everybody as a whole, is to, help the people we serve. Everybody here has a mission, and that's for our clients to succeed, whether it's being able to make their own schedule in the morning, make their bed, anything like that, to where, that's, you get to something like us, and we have, vocational training. So the clients here are learning how to, maybe count and manage money. They're learning certain job skills. They're figuring out that, hey, there's certain things you have to wear to work, maybe a certain attitude you need to present at work, safety measures, things like that. And because all they may know is you just got to show up at this time and do this. Well, there's other things added to it that would make you more valuable. Like a lot of us here, we think that, and a lot of disabled veterans and veterans in general think that we, along with other individuals, are looked over. And so we, in a sense, adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities have sort of the same fight in some context as a veteran or a disabled veteran. There's something going on there that's roadblocking or preventing what they may want success in. So we share sort of a common goal. As far as the products go, we started out making some necklaces. There are some ones we have now that have become my favorite. It's a ripstop tube made with beads, and now we have some beads that are tailored towards the branches, you know, like Air Force mom, Marine Corps dad, or brother or sister or whatever. And they either have the branches colors on them, which oddly enough change every year. I don't know why, but and or red, white, and blue. And we're trying to branch out into some outdoor stuff because in our experience over in Afghanistan, the Afghan people really wanted the material. We couldn't really figure out why until we started seeing them make hammocks out of them, there's sunshades and things like that. So we're trying to get into the outdoors arena. And so we have our hammock, which is really cool, super lightweight, very quick drying, which is nice too. And you can take it anywhere. We have a video on our website of a suggested knot to use to tie it to a tree or a stump or whatever, what have you. And then probably, I'd say our keychain is one of the other coolest ones. The strapping out of it comes from a pack that sits between an aircraft harness and parachute and the pilot and or navigator or whatever job they may have. And it's got I want to say from the last time I measured it was about 200 foot of like inch wide strapping. It's got a hook onto it, and I believe that is when you didn't get to the ground but you're stuck on something like a tree. Well, hopefully that'll help you get where you need to go. So I believe that's what it's for. But we find all kinds of neat stuff in some of these things, you know, radios and survival kits, you know, things like that. It's really fascinating.
Everything was just piled up and put in a corner?
It was. I mean, sometimes it is now. We get it as it was sitting. So some of it will get in sort of a crate, and others will get, it came straight from laying on the ground outside to us. So it's definitely a challenge to receive them, because some of them are cargo chutes. You know, they put 4 or 5 of them together to drop vehicles. So it's a bit of a challenge to move them. This is a little bit different of an arena than what, you know, I've done, you know, since I was a kid. So I've absolutely enjoyed it. I love doing it. I'm starting to learn what I, you know, maybe should or shouldn't or can or can't do with a client. But there are at times where I believe, for me, them not maybe having enough self-confidence to complete a task or even to complete something outside of, you know, what we do here. And I think that is very much something that I believe in, that if you have the ability to help somebody, no matter who they are, understand that they can either learn or seek help to achieve a goal that they want to, even if somebody's telling them they can't do it, you have every right to pursue it. It all comes down to the faith within yourself, faith in others, and you yourself believing that there's something that gives you the energy and strength, you know, to go out into the world and do what you think is going to be good. Going to church as a young kid, we still do go as much as we can, but the basis of it, we definitely preach, you know, in my household, and some of that, you know, I try to bring into the world myself. Oh man, there's all kinds of ways, down to, you know, minimal volunteering time, all the way up to, you know, purchasing our products and making a donation. We very much work hard on these products. We pay a lot of attention to detail to get it right, especially our seamstress. And you know, purchasing a product, you know, kind of helps us to help clients in a basic sense, and continues to, you know, we can keep doing what we're doing, or do what we are doing. We can hire, we can get more adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities in, and we can also hire more people with disabilities and disabled veterans. So and our goal, one of our ultimate goals here was to hire disabled veterans and people with disabilities and pay them an actual wage they can live on. That is our ultimate goal, and we do understand that economy, the way of the world is going right now, that some things are very tough, but that doesn't change our goal. But yeah, the donations, purchasing our products, even checking us out online, tell another person about us, and about what we do and what we believe in. So yeah, yeah. I really love good days, and I've always understood that most of your days are going to be maybe average. They might not be great, but you always keep working hard during them days to get to your good days. And some have more than others, but those are days where you can impact the world or the people around you. For me, that's something that I wanted to do either just as a person or for a living, ever since I was young. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a fireman or policeman, and then, I graduated in 2002, so that's right around 9/11. And so I decided to join the Army. And the ability to be able to do that every day, what I did for work there in the Army, and not being able to do that when I got out. I guess maybe it was some self-pity, not feeling important, but I think it was more the not making an impact. The big thing in the military is, doing your job. There's a code of ethics and things like that. You do so much time in, and you can become a leader, and you take your job seriously, and you love your job, and you want to teach new guys or gals coming in, and see them grow, because a lot of them are very young, and it's cool to see that you can make a positive impact on somebody's life. And for a lot of people, that's the first time they see they can do that in their whole lives, is in the military. So not having that when I got out was a bit stressful. But when Robbie gave me a shout, it was really cool to get back into it again. One of the stations I think that's really cool is our area where we cut our hammocks. It is a large table because it's a large piece of fabric. Right by that is our station where all of our small little things that are more like hardware. So we got rivets, grommets, there's grommet punches, which I've stuck my finger in a couple times. Our drill press, mainly use that for buffing one of our bracelet products. It's a casing bracelet. So we take fired casings, typically 5.56 or 2.23, and we cut them down to size and put them on the end of a universal sliding bracelet, and we buff them up, try to make them look pretty because they're definitely dirty when we get them. We got our cutting table. There's nylon, if you cut it, it frays, but if you can cut it and heat at the same time, well, it seals it off. You don't got to worry about fraying. And then the whole other half of that area is all the sewing area. That's something I've actually started to learn, is how to sew, believe it or not. And it's actually pretty cool, to tell you the truth. It's just like a family, for the fun and the frustrations. Yeah, we get into it sometimes, but family does that. So we have disagreements about little things, well, this product should look like this, or, well, maybe we should do it this way, but everybody here is, for more or less, is working towards the same thing. If we see a chance we can help each other or assist each other, we do it, and I'm very grateful for it. It's something that's very hard to find unless you're working with friends or people you've known forever. It's very hard to find everywhere else. If I get a warehouse job for an area, Kane's Furniture. It's a big around here, and but man, I see hiring signs out there all the time. Well, they pay really well, but it makes you wonder what's the work environment in there. And fortunately, I'm in a place to where I can have some options, based on my experiences in life. Some school. I do have some school. Being able to work in a place where they need you and your ability and everybody's ability to come together to succeed, I think is absolutely critical, and I think it should be something that should be adopted by a lot of businesses and corporations. Everybody's got their own little twist on what you can do, and I get it, half of them may not be all that great, but the other half might be. And I think seeing somebody for what they're good at and applying that and trying to get that out of everybody would help a lot of things.
How would you like to partner with Overcomers TV? Become a ministry partner, spreading the good news about your ministry and Jesus Christ. We're selecting ministries for upcoming episodes of Answering the Call. We can also help you produce your own show. Partnering with us is easier than you think. Just visit our website, overcomerstv.live. Be an overcomer today with Overcomers TV.